No, you don't pay me enough to do that. Okay, so yeah, I'll just play it first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Six, 7, 8. That's long. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 2, 2. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 2, 3. So, the only thing I really want to talk about is these transitions in the hand. You've got it memorized, so keep with that. I want you to really focus on your hand because we're just moving around here. And the first one. From here back to here. You're on the A with your second finger. All you have to do is move over one set of keys, right? This hand position that that all the books work on, everything, is very important. It's trying to get, and in this piece especially, we're not doing anything whacked out and weird with our hand. It all comes from this position, moving around. And the count is what's important, and the count is going to set you free, to allow you to move comfortably. Everything always in music, it should be relaxed. If you find yourself tense or working hard, you're doing it wrong. Like almost every single instance, from the most virtuosic Chopin to anything. If you are exerting effort, you're doing it wrong. This is a machine. Man-made machine to do the work for him. We are lazy. So, anyway, the count is like this. You're on A with your second finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, move. Okay? So the move is the rest that you see in measure 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, move. Plenty of time. Shouldn't be worried about that at all. And then the other transition. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So again, practice just from this position, which is your thumb on A, to E. And there's no funny business. You're trying to make your wrist stay parallel to the keyboard at all times. So none of these weird things. So, and then, in addition, you can practice this, the actual notes that are transitioning, not just the position. This is the position. But then you can go fourth finger on D to first finger on E. And notice that my whole hand is staying in the same position, but just moving. So in other words, I'm not going like this or anything. It's just... And this is the first way that we do it. Eventually, we're going to do little motions with the fingers, but I don't want you to do that yet. This is the most important thing. Being relaxed when you do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, lift. You can move even though it's a half note, this is technically supposed to be 2 beats, but nobody's going to care if you play it for 1 beat and then move. Like the first transition we were just talking about. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, move. Ba-da-da. Okay? So practice it like that. And then the more difficult transition. Okay. So this one, before we were going from A to E with your thumb. Now we're going the opposite, from E to A. So it's the same thing. Now let's practice thumb on E and third finger on C. This is a little bit more weird. Do it nice and slow. And notice all my fingers are still lined up with these keys. And if you do that enough, it'll become more automatic. Your hand is starting to do this automatically. 1, 2, 3, ta, bum. Okay. You have to be really confident with it. You have to be so confident that this is relaxed. It's really quick. 1, 2, 3, ba, dum. And one thing is you can make that note as short as possible so that you're not doing that. You're not like tripping over this next key. Ba, dum. 1, 2, 3, ba, dum, da, da. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Other than that, at the end, the end of the B section, be consistent with your fingering when you go up to this. 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Here, get to your pinky. 2, 1, and then move your position. Does that make sense? Because before you were going bum, 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 and then you're starting da, da, which you don't want to do. Again, thinking maybe reinforcing this whole phrase idea when we go up to this is the end of the phrase, so you can pick up and breathe and go. It's all part of the discussion of a literal reading of the text is not what you want. You want to think about where do your breaths happen. You can shorten notes. The most important thing is when the note begins. Because on a piano, it begins and then nothing happens. It just sits there.
Okay.
So you can cut the decay short if you need to physically be moving somewhere or if it makes sense as part of the phrase.